A little way back Wednesday to Arthur Ashe Kids Day 2003. That's Anna Kournikova. And look who was hanging out together right behind her. A couple of young kids by the name of Roddick and Ruben. It was an unusually brief visit to New York for Chanda that year. But 2 weeks later, Andy would be standing in pretty much that same spot with the trophy in his hands as we welcome Mr. Roddick to the program for his Wednesday visit. That one, that photo bring back any memories for you?
I think I should take this moment to formally thank Chanda. I don't remember what we talked about, but I assure you that it was her words in that moment that led me to victory.
Yes, it was a brief moment, but so meaningful. But yeah, so Andy, before we get into it, I've got to tell you, I'm a little bit salty with you, just a little. So I tweeted when you were asking about a job with Tennis Channel, I tweeted a reply to you and I never got a response. I never got an acknowledgement. I mean, I'm feeling a little bad about myself. What happened? What's it? And my tweet, by the way, was, are you sure you want a job with these people? You don't know how they are. And so have you felt that? That's my second question.
Well, so here's the thing, Chanda. So not everyone knows that we were actually supposed to be together, and I didn't want to make it real obvious to my wife when you were tweeting at me. I didn't want her to be like, why is Chanda tweeting at you? So I just kind of laid off. I figured our time would come 10 weeks later, and frankly, Chanda, I'm in a committed marriage. I've been with my wife for a long time now, and our time is finished. It really is finished. I love you as a friend. I love you as a coworker, but it's over.
I can accept that. My husband will probably be happy about that as well.
I mean, and I took his feelings into effect too. It wasn't purely self-serving. Like this was a very thoughtful. It was a thoughtful non-response.
So how has your time been? By the way, are you regretting it at all? You can be honest, just between us.
It's not something that I can talk about further. Next question.
I'll go to a graceless segue into something totally different, and a little bit more serious. And we're digging through a bunch of stuff, trying to figure out where different things came into play. You remember this? Some little appearance for Brian Bahaley. Where was this, Andy? What was this all about?
That was I want to say it was in Atlanta. It was probably 2003 in the fall. It was at a tennis club that Brian had an association with. I don't really remember much of what we did. I know there was a huge kids clinic involved. I don't know what we're getting at with this clip, but I assume that you're going to tell me very soon.
No, it's merely just about another appearance for you. I actually we've been poking fun at you all week. I wanted to say how difficult it is for you guys to find time for philanthropic stuff, your foundation, all these other things. You get asked a million things. And when they were going through all these videos, I just wondered where Brian's thing fit in with all that. That's all. Simple. No agenda.
Brian was a very good friend of mine early on in my tour days. And he did some great work in Atlanta. But I have to actually deflect to the actual culture of tennis. And this might be a deeper response than you were wanting with a simple video clip. But I do feel like tennis shows up if it's for social justice causes, if it's for equality, if it's for a said players' charity events. I've always said tennis shows up, and it's an ask away from someone being present. And when that is what you see when you're 17 or 18 years old coming up in the game, that is what you do when you're 26 or 27 years old. So I feel lucky to have been in the vacuum of this great sport of tennis.
That's good to know. And it's just tough for you guys to figure out the time allotment for everything, but you've done it great. We've been going through some other stuff, and we have a little video here of a panda. And it's not our panda. It's not Ian Dunn. It's a real panda playing a little bit of tennis against a Ninja Turtle. What do you think of the balling form there, Ian?
So this definitely does not prove that we are starved for content this far on in the pandemic. I'm going to take this thing. I will say that Chanda and I are undefeated against pandas in our life. We have never lost to a panda. One of my best friends, actually, from Austin, Texas, a guy named Dylan Walker, whose nickname is Panda, and I've also never lost to him in tennis. So what do you think about that?
That is fantastic.
Oh,
okay,
Panda just went with the between the legs volley. So this Panda is actually like a real player. I wonder, how would this Panda do in the 120-degree on-court heat in Australia in that suit? Not well. That'd be a dehydrated Panda.
I got nothing on that one. Okay, so Andy, we want to get your expertise, as we always do. This looks like an impressive feat of engineering. 3 rackets, it's like it's floating in the air, one of them. And then there's a specific number of balls to balance it all out. Real or not real?
I'm going to lean forward and make it really awkward for our producers and look at this. I think that's real, because in order to fake that, it's too close to like possible for someone to actually fake it. Does that make sense? Right? Are you going to spend hours building out a computer graphic? Yeah, it's too close to being like, oh yeah, that's real. You wouldn't spend hours on a computer to actually do something like that, which actually seems quasi-feasible. I'm going with real.
Can I just say, listening to this conversation for the last 4 or 5 minutes, that I'm positive that Andy has now become fully immersed in Tennis Channel culture, because Paul showed a very innocent video from his past at an exhibition, and the first thing Andy thought of is, what's the ulterior motive here? How are they trying to hose me? And that, to me, that says everything.
I will tell you, no, what I did think was, 1, everything you said. 2, how is Benoit Paire going to get dragged into this video right now? That's what I thought.
You've got us figured out.